I'd spent the last 20 years of my life living in Boston, New York, San Francisco. I grew up in LA. I came here and worked with a real estate agent, and he'd show me Hunt Ridge, and he took me downtown to show me the Arts District. We were looking at, at beautiful single-family homes out on the golf course, but that didn't really feel like me either. None of them just felt like home. We have brownstones, which are classical, 3-story, stacked, wall to wall on the park and going down Butler Street. Brownstones, like your quintessential East Coast. We have townhomes and the terrace building. We have the loft building. We have tried to accommodate the diversity that we're looking for in the community. It's a place where I could go down on a Saturday morning, pick up my normal coffee at the local coffee shop and my New York Times, and go back up or go to the park and sit and read the New York Times. That's the kind of convenience that will be available at Sullivan Square. It's a place where I could park my car on Friday evening and not get back into it till Monday morning. We've got a bakery that's just incredible, run by somebody who eats, sleeps, and drinks bread. They know dough, and those are the kind of people that we want to have running the shops. Having at your doorstep everything you need to live well, literally right at the bottom of the elevator, is actually much more convenient for the people who live there. Sullivan Square provides diversity. I see it as a place where all kinds of people, all economic ranges, all different lifestyles, different careers, everything from the retiree to the current young professional. I see them all mixing and joining in one community. We've got a Central Park, which is the center point, gathering place for the whole community. We have a Bark Park, which is a fenced area for owners to bring their dogs and let the dogs run wild and meet each other and play around together. Sullivan Square is halfway between Summerlin and Green Valley on the new Beltway, 6 miles from the airport, 6 miles from the Strip. You're just right in the heart of everything. You've got Stations Casino, right kitty corner, that's going to have the large entertainment complex, and the Technology Research Park, lots of Class A office buildings planned, 2 brand new hospitals within 2 miles of it, brand new grocery store, drug. Everything is there ready and waiting for you to live today. I would like people to say Sullivan Square is a great place to live. Just live. Live and live well. You've got the immediate amenities in your building. And then you've got the larger community, which entails Market Street. I picture a place where you could walk down from store to store and pick up your fresh bread. We'll have a wine shop, which is a great wine purveyor out of Reno. And he's the type of guy you can go into the wine shop and say, I've got 6 people coming to dinner. This is what I'm planning on serving. He'll talk me through it, make me feel really special, and send me out the door very, very happy. We're looking for purveyors that have a passion and a specialty in a very narrow niche. It's just the nature of a community like that. when you have your convenience stores at your doorstep and you live there for any amount of time, the shop purveyors get to know the customers, they get to know their tastes, they get to know who they are, they get to know their families, and it becomes a relationship. The retail is geared for living. You'll have a dry cleaner, of course. You'll have takeout Chinese. You'll have a butcher. We have outdoor restaurants, a pub, and a deli that will be a full-service deli that will actually prepare foods. There's a concept that I really want to bring that combines fresh breads, fresh flowers, and fresh fruit. That's it. Those three things they do very, very well. That's all you can really buy there. Pick up your fresh flowers for your table. In a half an hour, you've put together a very, impressive dinner party without a lot of work. So we'll have stores, specialty stores like that, and if you put enough of them together, you've got a grocery store. But it's a grocery store of purveyors who really enjoy what they're doing. This is a very, very important amenity because we could have just done the typical green spaces, your trees along the street and your little areas here and there, and not taken a whole acre and a half right in the center of the project and dedicated it to one central park. It wasn't a singular park, it was more the vision in my head of conglomeration of city parks everywhere, of great, probably historic parks.
There's a sense of order to it. They're not very organic in shape, they're not random. There's a series of thoughts of how people enter and what they experience through the spaces.
They're designed as living rooms, as outdoor living rooms.
This is more just a place to be seen and to see people.
To read a book,
yeah.
Have your coffee, linger, walk your dog through.
The detail will be beyond the softscape. It'll be the hardscape with the detailed tree grades, street guards, the paving material, the architectural features that are going to be remnants of something of the past.
In fact, in total, I think we have 12 acres of open space when only 7 would be required. So in totality, we have more than required, but specifically taking the very heart of the project, probably the most valuable real estate in the whole project, and saying we're going to make a park out of that, is because we feel that it's that important of an amenity for living. In the Bark Park, it's completely geared for dogs. And so it's an off-leash area where the dogs can play and mingle. It's also an area for people to meet people. The owners sit around and talk and chat and get to know each other because they see the same people in the Bark Park day after day. For 10 years now, every major publication has been coming out with story after story. You just see the headlines everywhere. It's very well known that every major natural system on the planet is at best under extreme stress or in actual decline, every single system. And so it's my personal philosophy and Glenn Smith and Glenn's philosophy that we just can't, we being the universal we, cannot go on how we have. I feel it's responsible for each of us to take our own world and do something about it. And for me, that's real estate development. And so we have moved into building sustainable projects. That has to do with everything from the materials that go into the project, how far away they come from, and then the clean environment and the actual building and how sustainable it is on an ongoing basis. We got involved with LEED because LEED was basically the major program out there to show developers like ourselves how we can build a better building, more environmentally responsible.
LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. It's a national rating system that was developed by the U.S. Green Building Council. I was part of the development of it. There's a whole series of issues we're going to address. We're going to look at more efficient plumbing fixtures for the toilets and the faucets and the bathrooms and kitchens so that we are helping save water. That's one of the things we're doing. We're looking at all the building materials. So the carpet, the paint, the ceiling, the floor finishes, everything you see in a building, we're able to find an alternative building product that may be healthier for the building. Help save resources, conserve energy. For people who live in the building and live in these condominiums, they're going to have a healthier indoor environment because we're not putting in products that emit toxins in the building. The thing that's really significant about this project is there's a central plant. And so it's not individual units on the buildings. And having that central plant will help efficiencies for sure. But in terms of global warming, one of the things that you first try and do is reduce the amount of energy you use. That's the first thing we do. And so better insulation in the walls, higher levels of insulation. Another thing we're going to do is we're going to put a white roof on the building, and that reduces the amount of heat that goes into the building because it reflects off the building. So that's another way to increase energy efficiency. We're going to put in energy efficient appliances. We're looking at all the appliance packages, and that'll help save the owners money as well because they're very efficient. An owner will be able to save money on their utility bills as a result of the efficiencies that we're incorporating into the project. So in terms of the whole project, we're going to be putting in preferred parking for people who may have hybrid vehicles. We're going to be putting bike rack parking in, which is really unusual for Las Vegas, and hopefully to encourage people to ride their bikes, even if it's within the project. In terms of larger scale issues, again, we're recycling all the water from the project, and that's enormous. It's really clear that GSG is committed to this. I mean, they've brought on a team of consultants that have some background in this issue, and that's really important. Every decision we're making is trying to find the greener alternative to some degree. And so they've made that commitment from the very top. It's almost like the Good Housekeeping seal of approval. You know that this project has met the best standards in the country. LEED has become a market transformation tool. And when a developer like GSG embraces this, they're helping transform the market.